Hello everyone. So welcome to Tea with Sparxsys. In this session, in this video, in this podcast, we will go through some of the recent updates from the Atlassian ecosystem. Now, I actually made a video recently which I want to mention, and that is about Atlassian ecosystem being overwhelming. Now, I made that video to help you guys with this information that you need to acquire if you are in the Atlassian ecosystem. Basically, you need to be up to date with a lot that is happening, but you don't really need to be overwhelmed with everything. And in that particular video, I mainly focused on few things that are relevant or that will be relevant or that has always been relevant. So I recommend you to watch that video. Just go to my channel, YouTube channel, and then search for Jira Atlassian overwhelming, or you can just find the video on my channel main page. It is basically one of the recent video. Okay, so let us talk about the updates that we want to cover in this session. The first update is actually really important, and I want to spend some time on this. Now, this update from ME came out last week, in fact this week, and the update is about a new Jira Software Timeline. Now, this is interesting because first of all, the very first line here says we are excited to invite 2 to 3 customers. Okay, so this is actually a bit surprising. Like, why only two to three customers to participate in exclusive early access program, which is great. I appreciate that. And they have also written here that this is your chance to get early access to a powerful new feature and directly influence how timeline evolves in Jira. Okay, so it seems like Atlassian is changing the timeline view. Now, timeline view in Jira is great. People love using timeline view because they have everything in front of them. My complaint with the timeline view is that it is only project specific unless you have the premium version of Jira. And if you have the premium version of Jira, then you can definitely bring in data from multiple projects and you can visualize it. And usually, I know by working with my customers on a daily basis, timeline view is definitely a desirable view for tracking, for planning, for having some visibility and transparency of the work that is happening. And the timeline view is, of course, editable. You can actually modify things. You can basically just go to your timeline view and modify, which is actually great because you want to let the user modify stuff on the fly. Now, it says here, display all work items, even those without an epic and beyond epic level. No more hidden work. Okay. Subtask in timeline. So view and manage subtasks directly in your timeline view. This is interesting. And then they're talking about inline editing. Inline editing, I hope it will work for each and every field. Not really, some fields. Usually it is there for each and every field, but it is good to know. Then we have the update multiple fields across multiple items at once. So most of this, to be honest, is already there in a way, but yeah, I know there are a few improvements I can notice. It says here customizable bar colors. Yes, that would be interesting to have. More control and flexibility. View level settings, easy access to timeline customization. No more digging into space settings. Okay. Assignee and status column. Add these as field columns for quick reference. Okay, this is also interesting. And then they're saying here that they're looking for someone who regularly uses timeline view for planning and tracking, which I appreciate because I know a lot of people use timeline view. So I think I'm not really sure about the first line. When they say here 2 to 3 customers, it is, to be honest, not really enough. It's probably just having a chat with them about something, but getting a proper feedback, you need at least 50 customers to try it. Okay, so can commit to a weekly usage during the 3-month EAP. Okay, so they are basically are looking for some feedback for a few months. Have a team lead, project manager. So they are also asking for some dedication from the customers. Okay, are comfortable with early access software. Okay, and can provide candid feedback. Okay, so this is all good. I like the idea, and I think this is definitely looking good. I think this is something that they should allow for other customers also, for the feedback. I'm not really sure when they are going to release this feature. It says early access, so maybe they are just doing it for couple of customers to get some initial idea, and hopefully this will evolve further. But I really wanted to talk about it because timeline view is actually one of the most useful and widely used view where people go and they track the work, and it is not at all difficult to use it. It's very simple, which I like. I mean, this is something that anyone can just start using with very minimal training or help from consultant like us. All right, so if you're interested, I know it is only 2 to 3 customers. I don't really see anyone like there is no comment here, so maybe I don't know if someone has actually reached out to Amy or not. So yeah, if you're interested, then go ahead and do it. All right. So the next update I have for you is about Trello. In the last few months, we have seen Trello getting a lot of update or love from Atlassian, and they are actually doing a lot on Trello side. But Trello was already a decent product. I remember I have done work on Trello for some weird reason. I know, because Trello was, and even now it is now Atlassian product. Trello was already good, but I think this particular change is about bulk moving of cards. It says here new move or copy up to 20 cards at once. Okay, so this is interesting. So this will probably help a lot of those users who are trying to move things around from one place to another place. So yeah, this is something that will help a lot of Trello users a lot. Okay, the next update is of course a bit similar to what we just discussed. It is basically an update on Trello side. Now Trello's icons have changed, and to be honest, I don't know why. Because these icons that you see on the left hand side, they are already nice and looking good. But it seems like, my feeling is that these Trello icons on the right hand side are basically more aligned with Jira or other Atlassian tools. So maybe that is why they have changed these icons. But this is something that you should consider. And maybe you want to notify your users, because this can actually be confusing. I know it's a very small thing. These are nothing but icons, but your users might get confused. And usually these icons can, when people are used to a specific tool, they spend their entire day just doing stuff on those tools, like maybe Trello, planning their work, planning their project, their daily activities. So you need to tell them. Otherwise, they might feel a bit weird when they log into Jira, not Jira, when they log into Trello, and things look different. So yeah, please notify your users in case you have Trello users in your organization. Okay, and the next thing that I want to talk about is the upcoming update. Event, not the update, but the event, which is about automation. And this is basically AI-powered automation. So I believe in this event, there will be, a session talking about how AI automations can be used. I believe this will be, using Rovo. But this is a virtual event, although this event is for Jaipur Atlassian community. I know there are a lot of communities nowadays, which is good, but it's a virtual event, so maybe you want to consider. This event is happening on 31st of March. So it is virtual. If in case you are interested, feel free to sign up and participate. So I thought I'll mention this. Automation rules, like always, I have been saying this, that if you are a Jira admin, there are a few things that you need to learn. I mean, when I interview people and when I'm talking to them about their experience with Jira, there are a few things that are like absolutely necessary. Of course, when it comes to Jira admin skills, you need to be, of course, very good with Jira administration and solving different kind of problems. You also need to have a good experience with automation rules. So automation rules is something that you should not be ignoring. And I know using Rovo, you can create or get some help with automation rules. It is not great, it is not perfect, but it will get better with time. But if you actually want to learn automation rules, you can actually use the prompts in Rovo, and Rovo will help you build a rule which may or may not work, but at least you will get an idea. So do take a look at automation rules in general. And by the way, just wanted to plug in my free videos. If you go to my website ravisagar.in, just go to courses and then click on mastering Jira Cloud Automations. So this is something that you can go through. I have lots of videos on nothing but automation rules. I have basically covered different use cases and try to solve this, those problems using nothing but automation rules. And also recently, I have been making videos on Confluence Cloud automations. So these videos, Confluence Cloud automations, this is something that you can go through. I am trying to cover various things that you can do with Confluence, and I like the idea of interacting or having some interaction between Confluence and Jira. So things are actually getting really, really exciting. So yeah, if you're Jira admin, Jira consultant, trying to do anything with Jira, which is a bit more than a normal user, then you cannot ignore automations. All right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is this blog post that I wrote. Now, I actually made a video some time back where I talked about using Jira for free. Now, Jira, of course, has a free plan. If you go to Atlassian.com and if you go to products and if you click on Jira, you can actually sign up for Jira for free, and it will let you use it. It will let you, of course, play with it, but it is something that you can decide whether you want to go for the paid version or not. I think if you are a very small company, like less than 10 users, and your usage, will not be a lot, you just need a place to, track something, maybe your small project, then free version will work for you. But I think going for the standard version, also, the paid version, is also not a bad idea, because you will get a lot of features, you will get more automations, you will get plenty of storage, and you can have the all the capabilities of Jira. In the free version of Jira, you don't really get the option to have customized permission schemes, I believe. I don't think you can do that. And let me just double check. If I go to my free version of Jira, and if I click on any project, let me just go to my one of my Android 2.0 project, and if I click on work items, and then where is permissions? Yeah, permissions is on somewhere on top, so they keep on changing. So I think you cannot really change. No, you can. So it says edit permissions. Yes, you can have permission. I think, okay, so you can really use a different permission scheme, or basically a permission scheme which you can reuse with other projects. So it says here permissions are not editable on the current plan. Upgrade to customize permissions. Okay, but I can click on edit permissions, and can I? Oh yeah. So yeah, I was right. So permissions cannot be modified on the free version. And of course, there are a few things that might not be there if you are trying to use the free version. But I think free version can and will work for you. And you can have more than one free version. My personal recommendation would be to just pay for a paid version, so that you are tension free, and you are basically using a proper version of Jira, and then you can decide whether you want to go for maybe premium or not. I think for a small company, very small company, less than 10 people, free version will work for you. So I just elaborated those points and wrote this. We wrote this blog post, and I thought I'll share this so that you can also learn something. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about is about this video that we made. Now, we all know about the recent layoffs from Atlassian. I think they laid off around 1,600, 10%, I believe. That is a lot of their workforce. Now, the idea of making this video was to just, help you, support you, and give you some points and share my opinion on this recent layoff. But my idea of making this video was to basically encourage you to look for other ways to earn money using Jira. You can do freelancing, you can do Jira trainings, you can become an Atlassian consultant. And if you have been following my videos, I always encourage everyone to just keep yourself up to date, learn few things really, really well. I think when you talk about Atlassian ecosystem in general, to be honest, if you think about it, if you're really, really, really good in Jira, I think that will cover 99% of what you need to do. I know there are a lot of things happening around, these tools like Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, and Rovo, and Loom, and Compass, and there are so many things, right? Don't really worry about too much about everything else except Jira. Just focus on Jira, just become really good in Jira, and a lot of apps in Jira. Try to solve different type of problems. You'll be fine. And if you follow these things, then chances of, I mean, to be honest, you cannot really be 100% sure that you will never get fired or laid off. But if that happens, you should be able to get back to another job or get a job or maybe do something else with your skills very quickly. And that will only happen when you're good, really good in what you do. So in this video, I just talked about these points very briefly, and yeah, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about in this session, in this video, this podcast. If you're listening to this on Spotify, and I hope you found this useful. And just like always, if you have any questions for me, if you have any doubts, please raise a ticket for us. You can go to Sparxsys.com and you can actually raise a ticket for us. You can click on contact us, or you can go to ravisagar.in as well. And when you raise a ticket for us, we will try to help you. Our team will help you. And please also subscribe to our newsletter. So if you go to Sparxsys.com/newsletter, we also have a newsletter, so you will get these updates by email. But of course, in this videos or this podcast description, you will find the link to these updates. All right, that is it. That is all I wanted to talk about today. Thank you very much. Bye bye.